Welcome to this pill about tourism and 5G that we have entitled Empowering Tourism with 5G. My name is Marino, and I'm working as researcher in the University of Extremadura as part of the Aspy Lab and Kirkus Software Engineering Group. 5G is the fifth generation mobile network standard after 4G. Its objective is to enable a new kind of network designed to connect virtually everyone and everything together, including machines, objects, and devices. 5G wireless technology is meant to deliver high peak data speeds, ultra-low latency, more reliability, massive network capacity, increased availability, and a more uniform user experience to more users. It has been designed to enable next-generation user experiences and deliver new services, as we will show during this talk. 5G expands and makes viable services not available before, impacting many sectors, including tourism, that is the focus of this pill. This is not a technical pill, but it's important to understand the advantages that 5G brings for the deployment of new products and services, and this is what we will do first. There are many areas within the tourism industry that can benefit from the use of 5G communications, and we will present several ideas as well as some real-life cases in this pill. Of all the technical developments that can benefit from 5G, and it's impossible to cover all of them in this video, we will focus on some that are within my research area and at the same time also have a high impact on their application to tourism. After that, we will present some concrete use cases and examples using 5G for tourism, show the benefits and challenges that 5G presents. We will finish with a summary with the key points of this pill that are important to remember when you will think in a use case for 5G in a new tourism service or product. 5G is the fifth generation mobile network, representing a significant leap forward in wireless technology. There are four key features that I want to highlight about 5G. It offers unprecedented data transfer speeds in mobility context, enabling users to download and upload content at blazing rates over 10 gigabits per second and up to 20 gigabits per second, even faster than most of our up-to-date non-optic physical connections. This remarkable speed allows for seamless streaming, quick downloads, and reduced lag during online activities. The latency in 5G networks is remarkably low, almost imperceptible. This means that actions initiated on a device receive quick responses, making real-time applications like online gaming, augmented reality, and remote surgery more feasible than ever before. 5G is designed to handle a vast number of connected devices simultaneously. With the Internet of Things on the rise, this feature is crucial. 5G can support everything from smart cities and autonomous vehicles to wearable devices and sensors. 5G incorporates intelligent resource allocation, optimizing the use of available network resources. This ensures efficient data transmission and minimizes wastage, making it an ideal choice for applications with diverse requirements. This feature also allows to do more with less, that is, offer great connectivity to the clients when they need it, using the resources without usage at the moment. The evolution from 4G to 5G is more than just a numerical increment. It signifies a technological revolution. 5G's capabilities unlock new possibilities, making applications previously considered unviable now feasible. Its high speed, low latency, and massive connectivity enable a wide range of innovative services and solutions, from self-driving cars to telepresence, smart infrastructure, and beyond. The transition to 5G is not just an upgrade, it's a transformation that will reshape how we connect and interact in our increasingly digital world. Network speed and latency is crucial for many applications, such as telepresence, and this is a very interesting application for accommodation services in the tourism sector. This enables real-time data streaming, which is essential for applications such as augmented reality and mixed reality. For these scenarios, high bandwidth and fast network response is a must. Indeed, these features are necessary for applications that require smooth user interaction, such as augmented reality games or remote assistance services, and 4G cannot cope with 5G here. 5G also allows for a much greater number of devices to be connected to the network than 4G, which is essential for scaling solutions, including applications such as the Internet of Things, where the number of sensors grow year by year. The last point I want to highlight here is that opposite to 4G, 5G can balance the resources of the network when needed. There are many tourism areas that can be boosted by 5G communications. Here we will just show 16 examples. The first example is smart and sustainable tourism destinations. To create smart tourist destinations with sensors to enhance traffic management, lighting, and waste management, among others. This example can involve many applications that we will present next. In hotels and apartments, these sensors can be used to optimize energy and resource consumption and promoting sustainability, a plus for many visitors. Another example are tourism experiences applications. On the one hand, virtual reality tourism experiences applications allow tourists, for example, to virtually experience activities such as diving, climbing, or theme park visits before deciding to participate through virtual reality from our accommodation. Also, to live them when they are not possible or available due to restrictions such as in prehistoric caves or due to weather or safety conditions, to name a few. On the other hand, augmented and mixed reality tourism experiences allows enhancing activities with additional information, mixing in-place real and virtual worlds as part of the same tourism experience. 360-degree virtual tours is another interesting application to offer immersive virtual tours of landmarks and historical sites through real-time 360-degree video streaming. This would allow visitors, for example, to have a point of view impossible to get physically, like the highest point of an antenna in the top of a building. This type of video requires very high bandwidth, and if it's used in real-time low latency, that are two features where 5G brights. Assistance is a very interesting feature to decrease costs and overcome physical barriers, among other advantages. This could be very interesting, for example, in rural or remote areas, or when the accommodation locations of a company are distributed, not centralized. Real-time translation applications using 5G's low latency to break language barriers between tourists and accommodation personnel. When the latency is high in this kind of applications, the interaction doesn't feel natural. 5G can solve this issue. It can be, for sure, combined with other apps showed here. Smart accommodation environments refers to using sensors to personalize guest experiences, such as controlling room light colors or temperature using AR and MR, to avoid the necessity to install app, use several remote controls, or understand complex control panels, just using, for example, a pair of glasses to control everything easily in its context, as we see it. Augmented virtual and mixed reality in museums is about apps creating new experiences to bring visitors, for example, to different historical times or locations, as well as proving additional information about each object that we want to know more about. Again, here, there are very different concrete applications when using virtual reality or augmented and mixed reality. Outside the museum is possible with 5G to visit remotely from our hotel or apartment museums with virtual reality. Using augmented or mixed reality, it's possible to bring 3D pieces of other museums to the one we are visiting to compare or collect these objects in a digital wallet and retrieve them while back in our accommodation to know more about them. High-end connectivity is a service that accommodations, organizations, or the administration can provide to visitors. 5G can provide high-end connectivity even in places where optic fiber physical infrastructure is not available, such as remote locations or protected areas. For example, in Kāķeres, a World Heritage City, optic fiber is not generally available in the Old Town. We could call it enhanced mobile internet, being a faster and more reliable internet access for tourists on the go. Enhanced tourist safety is a type of app that again can be used in many contexts. For example, using 5G cameras and sensors to improve safety in tourist areas. Machine learning algorithms can use this input data, for example, to recognize suspicious behaviors, trigger alarms, and connect with the police when needed. This kind of app can also offer tourists participating in outdoor adventure activities. 5G-enabled safety devices for rapid emergency response, first aid instructions, and so on. Mixed reality check-in and out is a very special use case of the Telepresence Accommodation Assistance app. These are very specific and quite systematic process, so they could be automated using artificial intelligence through an artificial receptionist for quick check-in and out, while switching to a telepresence when special necessities arise. Real-time tourist data analytics refers to the potential apps that utilize sensors for real-time data collection on tourist behavior and tailor tourism offerings accordingly. Using context, we could provide visitors mixed or augmented reality dished when lunch or dinner time is coming, or inference if they went to do breakfast or not, and offer them our brunch in a very appetizing way, going beyond QR and photos, using 3D videos overlays, for example. Live streaming concerts and events are applications where tourists can enjoy unique cultural experiences. Again, it's not possible to scale this application to thousands of users with older technologies, but with 5G, we could even balance the network resources used day to day for other applications to focus on providing the resources to this app during the time of the event. Real-time experience sharing is a generalization of the previous application type. An interesting consequence of innovative tourism experiences is that users will be desiring to share their experiences in real time through social platforms. This may have great impact potential in our business, coming from influencers and content creators that can spread our high-end services for free. Depending on the location, when mobility is a requirement, or when a traditional 4G network could start to be saturated by the number of users, these experiences can only be shared in real time with 5G-enabled infrastructure. We have seen many applications boosted by 5G and related to Internet of Things, virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. Let's now generalize when we can use them, taking advantage of 5G. Regarding IoT, any tourism app requiring massive multimedia content network traffic, especially video coming from cameras, can get benefits from 5G, allowing deployment of typical smart cities scenarios. When the number of sensors and actuators scales massively, 5G can support the traffic better than other technologies, and this is certainly true when sensors and actuators are mobile. Retrieving so much information from sensors, data analytics is an interesting possibility for tourism, allowing personalization of services or serving the most relevant information only to interested people in the right place and moment. 5G allows to process IoT sensor data in the edge with minimum latency, something very relevant for real-time image analysis. 5G also allows better use of hardware resources, maintaining deployment cost, while increasing communication capabilities. This communication standard plays a pivotal role for IoT and applications requiring mobility, as we showed before. Virtual, augmented, and mixed reality devices are composed by sensors, like cameras, microphones, magnetometers, compasses, and so on, also by actuators, such as screens or speakers, among others. Thus, most that we said about IoT can be applied to these technologies with some specific differences. Among the three of them, only virtual reality is able to avoid reality and fully immerse the user in a full digital world. It requires a headset that includes screens to show the virtual world, avoiding any image from the real world. This means that the user is not able to move and interact freely with the real space and objects of the real world, while the user is inside the immersive experience. Between augmented and mixed reality, there are differences, but in both of them, the user is able to move freely while interacting with 2D or 3D elements that are located in the real world. Augmented reality is the lightest and cheapest technology that can even use the user's smartphone. This technology has big impact for this reason, and there are some successful applications in the gaming sector that pushed people to left their sofas and walk looking for specific locations. Thus, the main difference between them regarding connectivity is that virtual reality is generally not mobile friendly, as it requires the user to be stationary or in a confined space, like the hotel or apartment. Augmented reality can use the tourism smartphone as well as specific light hardware, being very portable, so can be used in mobile scenarios. Mixed reality is in the middle. It can be used in mobile scenarios, but it currently requires carrying a handbag with a quite heavy laptop to perform all the complex computations for the 3D objects mixed with the real world. This also limits the time for them to be used, as they are battery operated and require heavy computations that consume a lot of energy. One of our research line is to decrease weight and size of these bulky devices, as well as their prices, taking these heavy computation to the edge of the network, where computers can be line powered, have bigger computational capacities, and can be shared by many users. To be able to do it, only 5G could cope with the bandwidth, latency, and mobility required. Regarding specific use cases already implemented, or in the testing phase in the field of IoT, we will begin by reviewing some city-level projects. In recent years, many projects have emerged under the umbrella term Smart City. We have many examples in Spain, such as those in large cities like Santander or Barcelona, although there are also significant references in smaller cities like Villanueva de la Serena in Badajoz, Spain. We are seeing some of the specific initiatives within the framework of the 5G project in Barcelona, which has several testing and research centers distributed throughout the city. As we can see, there are also some initiatives related to immersive experiences and IoT. Seoul has an initiative focused on tourism using 5G, and there are initiatives in other cities like Dubai that combine tourism and resident services within the proposed concept of a smart city. When it comes to specific use cases with mixed reality, one of the leading technological advancements today for immersive experiences that can benefit greatly from 5G, we need to talk about the project for tourist visits in the ancient city, a UNESCO World Heritage City. In this project, the possibility is provided to have immersive experiences in open public spaces of two kinds. On one hand, visiting buildings or elements that are not accessible to the public or are impossible to access using 3D models. On the other hand, providing multimedia contextual information about elements of the medieval wall just appears at the moment the user look at them. Another example of the use of this high-end immersive technology has been a pilot project at the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C., which demonstrates the possibilities to engage visitors, making visits more interactive. Despite the existence of numerous research-funded examples of 5G and the growing infrastructure in many cities that already allows the development and deployment of tourist applications, this has not yet reached the level of tourist accommodations. The most common examples we still see in this part of the tourism sector revolve around a very limited use of AR, such as Airbnb, which enables navigation within some rental properties. What we can consider as commonplace and standardized, undoubtedly driven to a large extent by the COVID-19 pandemic, is the use of QR codes on menus, which some restaurants combine with AR for menu translation. These applications do not particularly require the use of 5G and can be deployed with other technologies. The future use of more immersive technologies with 3D and multimedia content may indeed require greater network capabilities and leverage 5G to ensure their high scalability. To summarize the benefits of 5G for the touristic sector, we can say it offers significant advantages, including faster data transfers, real-time communications, and continuous mobile connectivity. These benefits enhance the tourist experience, enabling seamless access to information, improved communication, more immersive experiences, and on-the-go connectivity, ultimately transforming the way travelers engage with destinations and services. But these advantages come also with some challenges, like new deployment of infrastructures, security, regulatory, and privacy issues. Thank you for your attention, as well as the cluster and the European Union for their contribution to make this bill.